Hey Kitty, it's kind of like a response to your darker side video. Thought I'd let my darkness shine just a little. These are turn of the century embalming fluid bottles that a friend of my daughter's found in the basement of an old funeral home that he lives in, and he gave them to her probably about 2 years ago. They sit on our fireplace mantle. Quite a conversation piece. It's kind of neat. I'm gonna zoom in, take a look. Of course, Teresa thought it would be way more cool if they were still full, but yeah, they weren't. Another thing that I have shown in another video, like the Samhain video, Samhain video that I did a long time ago. This is a human skin wallet that my husband's, I think it would be his great uncle, made when he was in school. This is made from the ass cheek of a school cadaver. Cadaver? It's still stiff. Yeah, him and some fellow students made it, or a fellow student made it as a joke, I guess. And it's been a family heirloom ever since, and now it's in my husband's possession. It's kind of got like a, what do you call it? Almost looks like a felt inside. I don't know. Something that my daughter, obviously a funeral director now, she has a little mini collection that she started of mourning material. And she likes it from the Victorian era. This is something that I got for her, and it's a surprise. It's going to be for either her birthday in November or Christmas. This is a rare mourning photo of a little girl who passed away and was propped up to make it look like she was still living. I don't know, I'm going to try to zoom in as close as I can here. If you can see that, I guess it's a stand that they used to use, and there's part of it under one of her elbows. And then they've got her, I guess she's tied off to a chair. It was the creepiest thing that they used to do back in the day. This was, I think it was from 1880s to 1890s, somewhere in there. My daughter collects different mourning pieces. Right now she's got, I gave her for Christmas, her dad and I gave her a couple of antique Victorian funeral cards, and they look, I wish I had pictures of them, but I don't. They're at her house hanging on her wall. You know. So they're from 1888, and then the other one is from 1868 is when the people died. She wants to fill up an entire wall in her house with all this type of memorabilia from funeral days. She has quite the fascination with death. She always has. That's why she went into the industry that she did. She's very comfortable in it. Some of the stories that come out of that industry are just incredible, so incredible that I don't know if I believe half of them. If I didn't know that they were happening, I wouldn't, like if it wasn't my daughter telling me the stories, I don't think I would believe half the stories that come out of there. I'm in the process of writing down a lot of the stories she comes up with, or she comes out with, and I'm going to try and figure out how to keep them as anonymous as possible so that I can write like a memoir for her. I don't know, like some of the stories. Like one story in particular, this one I thought was so hilarious. Her current boss right now, I guess last year, yeah, I think it was last year, he had gone out to a call. Someone had called that their mother had passed away. So he went out to the house to go and collect her, like what they call it is a removal. And he came into the house, and there was an old lady asleep, or laying in her, not asleep, but like sitting with her eyes closed in the her lazy boy chair in the living room. And he bent down, and he normally, when he goes in to do a removal, he treats the deceased like they're his family. That's why my daughter absolutely loves working for him, because it's not a job to him, it's life, it's respect. And it was so funny because I guess he had leaned down and went to say hello to Mrs. blah blah blah. I can't say the name, but and that he was sad that she'd passed. Then this woman opens her eyes up and says to him, "Oh, no, that's my daughter's in the other room. She's the one you're here to pick up." And he damn near come out of his skin. He was so scared. I guess the one that had phoned him was the deceased lady's daughter, so the granddaughter had gone uptown for a minute and she'd left her grandma there, and her grandma fell asleep. Isn't that, that's just one of the stories. Like, she's only been in the industry for 3 years and she's got so many stories. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that damn ADHD. So yeah, I am currently on the lookout right now for mourning jewelry. It is a type, what she's looking for specifically is the jewelry that has hair woven into the metal. In the Victorian times, I know, Kitty, you know all about this, because I've seen you post videos and things about it, so I know you understand, but anyone else who's watching or listening, in the morning, in Victorian times, they would take hair from the post-mortem deceased loved one and either put it in a locket or bring it, or like have it in a what they would call, what the hell is it called? Oh, a cabinet photo, which is kind of like what we're looking at right now. It's a cabinet photo of this young girl. But sometimes they would actually make jewelry with hair tied into it, or like braided into the piece, and it's just intricate. It's so intricately detailed, and it's just beautiful. And you wouldn't really realize that it was full of hair unless you really knew what you were looking at. So I am currently on the hunt for a good piece like that for my daughter's Christmas present. She'll be so excited if I find one for her. So yeah, a little bit of the darker side of our family. I don't know if that's kind of what you meant. I understand, like, you talk about the goth culture and that. To me, that was more of a music spin-off from punk, like the punk era. So I don't know, like that was more just a subculture. When I think dark, I think of the macabre. That's kind of where my thinking goes, I guess. Okay, I am going to sign off, and I will talk to you later.